This unit will enable the learner to develop knowledge and understanding of business ethics and the effects ethics can have on organizational planning and the management of goals and activities. The importance of business ethics will be considered in relation to different ethical perspectives in business, within business and workplace relationships, and within a specific organization.
To understand different ethical perspectives in business, it is essential to delve into various theoretical frameworks that provide structured approaches to ethics. These perspectives help in analyzing, evaluating, and addressing ethical dilemmas in business environments. In this analysis, I will explore three predominant ethical perspectives: deontological ethics, utilitarianism, and virtue ethics. Additionally, I will discuss their application in business contexts. 05 Application in Business. Deontological ethics, founded by Immanuel Kant, emphasizes the importance of rules, duties, and obligations. This perspective asserts that actions are morally right or wrong based on their adherence to a set of rules or principles, regardless of the consequences. The central tenet of deontological ethics is that certain actions are inherently right or wrong, and individuals have a duty to act accordingly. In a business context, deontological ethics would guide decision-makers to follow corporate policies, laws, and regulations strictly. For instance, a company adhering to deontological ethics would not engage in deceptive advertising, even if it could lead to higher profits, because deception is inherently wrong. Similarly, businesses would ensure fair treatment of employees, adherence to contractual obligations, and transparency with stakeholders. Utilitarianism, primarily associated with philosophers Jeremy Bentham and John Stuart Mill, focuses on the consequences of actions. According to utilitarian principles, the ethicality of an action is determined by its ability to produce the greatest good for the greatest number of people. This perspective prioritizes outcomes and aims to maximize overall happiness and minimize suffering. In business, utilitarianism can be applied in decision-making processes that consider the impacts on all stakeholders, including employees, customers, shareholders, and the community. For example, a utilitarian approach might support cost-cutting measures that lead to job losses if the overall benefit to the company and its customers outweighs the harm to the displaced employees. Similarly, a business might choose to invest in sustainable practices if the long-term benefits to society and the environment surpass the immediate costs. 02 Impacts on stakeholders, 03 Cost-cutting and job losses, 04 Sustainable practices, 05 Long-term societal benefits. Virtue ethics, rooted in the philosophy of Aristotle, emphasizes the development of good character traits or virtues. This perspective focuses on the moral character of individuals rather than specific actions or outcomes. Virtue ethics advocates for cultivating virtues such as honesty, integrity, courage, and fairness, which guide individuals to act ethically in various situations. In the business realm, virtue ethics would encourage leaders and employees to develop and demonstrate virtuous behaviors consistently. A company guided by virtue ethics would promote a culture of integrity, where decisions are made based on what a virtuous person would do. For instance, leaders would prioritize ethical considerations over personal gain, fostering an environment of trust and respect. Additionally, companies would engage in corporate social responsibility initiatives, not merely for reputational benefits, but because it aligns with their commitment to being good corporate citizens. Understanding and applying these ethical perspectives in business helps organizations navigate complex moral landscapes. Each perspective offers unique insights and approaches to ethical decision-making. Companies implementing a deontological approach might establish comprehensive codes of conduct and ethical guidelines. These rules provide clear standards for behavior and decision-making, ensuring compliance with ethical principles regardless of situational pressures. Utilitarian principles can inform cost-benefit analyses, helping businesses weigh the potential outcomes of their actions. This approach is particularly useful in strategic planning and policy development, where the aim is to achieve the greatest overall benefit. By fostering a culture that values virtues, businesses can encourage ethical behavior at all levels. Training programs, leadership development initiatives, and recognition of ethical conduct can reinforce the importance of virtues in everyday business operations. In conclusion, understanding different ethical perspectives in business deontological ethics, utilitarianism, and virtue ethics provides a robust framework for addressing ethical dilemmas. Each perspective offers valuable insights that can guide ethical decision-making and promote responsible business practices. By integrating these ethical frameworks, businesses can enhance their moral conduct, build trust with stakeholders, and contribute positively to society. To comprehensively understand the history and development of theoretical approaches to business ethics, it is essential to explore the evolution of moral philosophy, the emergence of modern ethical studies, the application of ethics in business contexts, and the institutional frameworks that support ethical practices. The roots of moral philosophy can be traced back to ancient Greek philosophers like Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle, who laid the foundation for Western ethical thought. During the medieval period, ethical discussions were predominantly shaped by religious perspectives, with significant contributions from figures like St. Augustine and St. Thomas Aquinas. In the modern era, ethical philosophy evolved with the contributions of Immanuel Kant, who proposed deontological ethics, and John Stuart Mill, who advanced utilitarianism. Contemporary ethics has expanded to include diverse perspectives such as virtue ethics, feminist ethics, and critiques of traditional ethical theories. Applied ethics refers to the practical application of ethical principles to real-world situations. In the context of business, applied ethics involves addressing moral issues that arise in corporate and individual conduct. Ethical problems in business can range from issues of corporate governance and insider trading to questions of corporate social responsibility and employee rights. Normative business ethics focuses on what businesses should do, guided by ethical theories and principles. It is prescriptive in nature, providing guidelines for ethical behavior. Descriptive business ethics, on the other hand, examines actual business practices and behaviors, studying how ethical decisions are made in practice. This empirical approach helps in understanding the complexities and influences on ethical behavior within organizations. Institutions like the Society of Ethics and the European Business Ethics Network, EBEN, play a crucial role in promoting ethical practices in business. These organizations facilitate discussions, research, and collaboration among academics and practitioners to advance the study and practice of business ethics. They provide platforms for addressing ethical challenges and developing standards that guide ethical conduct in the business world. Understanding the history and development of theoretical approaches to business ethics requires an exploration of the evolution of moral philosophy, the application of ethics in practical contexts, and the role of institutions in promoting ethical standards. This comprehensive approach provides a foundation for addressing contemporary ethical challenges in business, ensuring responsible and ethical conduct in corporate and individual actions. To compare and contrast absolute and relative ethics, it is important to understand their definitions, underlying principles, and applications in the context of public morality, ethical codes, and contextual ethics. Absolute ethics is grounded in the belief that there are objective moral principles that are universally applicable, while relative ethics posits that moral principles can vary based on cultural, social, and situational factors. 020300405.
In conclusion, absolute and relative ethics offer contrasting approaches to understanding and applying ethical principles. Absolute ethics provides a universal and consistent framework for behavior, while relative ethics emphasizes flexibility and adaptability to diverse contexts. Both perspectives have their strengths and weaknesses, and their application in business and public morality depends on the specific ethical challenges and cultural considerations at hand. By understanding these differences, one can better navigate the complexities of ethical decision-making in a globalized world. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us on WhatsApp at 07 4843 1688.